I want to make this video because there's tons and tons of Cybertruck towing videos. I wanted to go in a different direction because it is impossible to avoid those videos, and I'll show you why in a second. But first, I want to let everyone know about some personal stuff going on in my life. I was with my girlfriend in the Rivian, and we had something really scary happen to us. I was driving home, and the phone rings, and it's my wife. That's not the scary part. I just told her I was at Home Depot. But as we were driving, a man drove directly in front of us across 4 lanes of traffic, off the road, into a ditch right in front of us. So I crossed over the median, and I used the Rivian's flashlight in the door. It actually really helped out a lot, so shout out to Rivian. But I approached the car down the hill, and to make sure the man was okay. The airbags didn't go off. He had lacerations all over his face. But I found a bag in the woods that came out of his car. It was a bag full of spicy sodas. Now, this is horrible, but it gets worse. There was something else in the bag. And you know what else was in that bag? A Cybertruck towing video. You cannot avoid these things. There's a new genre now of Cybertruck videos where there's Cybertruck drama towing test videos. Like Tesla lied about the towing video, and now they're being accused about lying about Tesla's lying. And I think this is a really good time to say that I was right. I told you guys this test was a lie a month ago. You said I was crazy and it's Tesla FUD. That's actually not true. Okay, I care about Tesla owners. My good friend Jason from Engineering Explained made a video explaining why it wasn't true, further proving my point so eloquently. But then Tesla doubled down, responded to him, and said, no, we weren't lying. Our quarter-mile simulator said it would have been the same result, so we didn't bother to test it. You can't make this stuff up. But I do care about Tesla owners. Matter of fact, I'll say it again. Please, please, please go check on Plaid owners. If you know a Tesla Plaid owner, check in on them. One of the biggest Tesla supporters, Marquez Brownlee. If you don't know him, he's the biggest tech reviewer, huge Tesla fan. He got a tour of the factory with Elon, the first person of color allowed in the factory. This man is breaking down race barriers. Okay, one of the first to do a Cybertruck review. He bought a Plaid, the fastest and best car in the whole world. It's better than anything in the whole world. It's fast. It has 4 doors, and it's just really fast, and it's really, really good. But you know what he did? He sold it for an outdated internal combustion engine machine. It's not as fast as the Plaid. It has less doors, less room. It costs more. He bought a 911 Turbo S. And Tesla owners are like, why would you do this? So we need to band together right now. Any Plaid owner that you see that spent $140,000 last year and now the car costs $89,000, give them a hug. And don't tell them that Marquez also owns a Rivian R1T. Who else do you know owns a 911 Turbo S and a Rivian R1T? Anyway, I own a Rivian R1T, and I really like the truck. However, last video I made when I was towing in the cold, it wasn't that fun. I don't have any long-distance towing vehicles. Well, actually, I did use my diesel GMC to tow Robert Downey Jr.'s Tesla swap pickup truck, but driving that thing for 7 hours is a nightmare. No power steering, no AC, no seatbelts, no visibility. I also had my Duramax, which the motor is still being built. It's the second coming of Project Binky, and I really don't see a need for a Cybertruck because, according to the towing tests, once again, EVs are not great towing vehicles. I don't think anyone saw this coming. You can't beat City Hall, and City Hall is current battery technology. So I decided to go with a gasser because diesel trucks, while they can tow anything, I just kind of wanted to start having fun again and not spending $1 million on diesel modifications. I have a diesel truck already, and I'll get back to it at some point, but I wanted to get something a little bit more fun. And the most fun gasser truck you can get right now is a TRX. Even Raptor owners are like, damn, I really like this thing. It's lifted, it's super inefficient, and it goes woo. And considering I already have a Hellcat, well, it just makes perfect sense. So I bought a TRX. Only catch is it's in Oklahoma. And I don't know if you know anything about Oklahoma, but it makes New Jersey look like a Caribbean island. There is nothing in Oklahoma. On any list, Google it right now, of the top worst states to live in, Oklahoma is always near the top or #1. Things are not okay in Oklahoma, all right? So I'm flying to Oklahoma, I'm getting in my Uber, and I'm getting in my airport food, and since a lot of my audience is from overseas, I'm gonna teach you about the United States. Now, the United States is a funny place. People that fit my description aren't welcome everywhere. This is the United States. These are the areas in white where I'm not welcome. And this is where I live, and this is where the truck is, which is about 1,700 miles. Now, I'm traveling alone, and I have no protection in one of the most commonly stolen trucks ever made. How do I protect myself?
Oh, yeah!
I'm driving through Arkansas, and I have to say, I really like the TRX. I recently rode in a Cybertruck, and I gotta hand it to Tesla. It's a lot more spacious than I thought it would be. It feels like an actual truck. Unfortunately, I think the interior is a little lacking. But man, dare I say it, I think what the Rivian did to the Teslas in terms of interior build quality and appointments, the Ram TRX does the same thing to the Rivian. There is just so much going on in this truck. Whether or not that's a good thing or not, whether or not you're into that, I'm not really sure, but there's tons of cubby holes, there's tons of spaces, there's tons of places to put keys. It's an actual work truck. It semi reminds me of the Ford Lightning. It's just better. The interior materials are better. I understand now why people love this truck so much. It is an absolutely amazing truck. The only problem, and obviously you guys know this, is the gas mileage. It doesn't really get great gas mileage. It actually doesn't even get good gas mileage at all. Also, keep in mind, the Rivian is also a very inefficient vehicle too. The front nose of the Rivian is flat. Therefore, you get a lot of wind resistance pushing against the truck, and your watt hours per mile really aren't that great in it compared to like a Model Y or a Model 3. It really isn't that great. It's not an efficient vehicle, but we have to remember that it's a pickup truck. And the fact that it's a pickup truck, it's gonna obviously not be efficient due to its shape. But man, I gotta say, it's this TRX, it really changed my perspective on these trucks. I never thought I'd go back to a gas truck, but oh boy. This is beautiful Arkansas, and it's funny, when I was driving through a bunch of other states, I don't really see a lot of Teslas on this road, believe it or not. I don't really know if it's because Arkansas doesn't allow Teslas or people here can't afford them or they don't know what they are, but I don't really see a lot. And with these long stretches of 115 and 120 mile road, I guess I can kind of understand why you might not have any here. I guess I'm just not used to this. This is Arkansas. It's long, it's flat, it's straight, and it's 100 miles of this. 100 miles of just nothing. So there's nothing here. Nothing. Damn. It'd be like that sometimes. Waze didn't pick it up, but the detector did. This is actual civilization. I think we're in Memphis, and for some reason a Project Pat song just keeps playing in my head. North Memphis. GSXR. This is a real GSXR 50. This is cool, man. I thought it was one of those ones that you kind of...
Yep, you put stickers on.
You throw the stickers on, you call it a day. This
right.
is... Wow. All right, I just got my Popeyes, and I am at White's Truck Stop. I don't know if there's a special section for me that I need to sit in, but I guess I'm just gonna find a seat. I didn't see a sign, so I'm gonna hope for the best here. So life comes at you fast, and that trip could have ended very differently, especially if you like fast cars like we do here. So it's pretty important to get some protection. And you like the idea of protection, right? Of course, with fast cars, this means that one should do what they can to cover themselves and take things seriously. So while browsing the internet late at night, one night like I usually do, I found this company called Ethos that makes buying life insurance really, really easy. They do all the hard work so I could continue doing what I was doing before. And even more impressive that it was super fast and as I already said, I like fast things. How fast, you ask? You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and in most cases, get coverage in the same day. And it's easy, which I actually do like easy as well. So easy, it's 100% online. None of that go make a doctor's appointment for an exam that you'll wait 4 hours before even being seen. Just answer a few health questions online, and it's affordable. I mean, Ethos was able to find the lowest quote, which means I could spend more on the projects or sponsor one of my many children out of the country. If you're interested in learning more about Ethos, or if you're interested in getting your free life insurance quote, see my link right below. You can get your own personalized free quote today by clicking there after you watch this whole video. Make sure you watch the whole video. All right, guys, so I'm home now, and one of the things I like to do when I purchase a new vehicle is I like to join the specific forum dedicated to that vehicle. For example, I'm part of a Rivian group, and I recently just joined a TRX forums and owners group. Sometimes I also want to get a feel for what kind of new friends I'm going to make with this vehicle. So I posted on 2 individual forums. I posted on Rivian forum, and I posted on the TRX forums. Just a quick review of each. You know, sometimes there is some cross-pollination between both groups. Some Rivian owners are also TRX owners, and some TRX owners are also Rivian owners. So I posted a quick review that said, hey guys, I just picked a TRX up and I wanted to let everyone know there's a world where you could actually enjoy both peacefully. Here are my initial thoughts. Rivian's a much better daily driver. The TRX is more spacious and more comfortable for longer drives. The TRX feels much better over dips, bumps, and potholes. The Rivian's much faster out the gate and has more torque almost everywhere. The TRX with some mods can put the Rivian in its place, and the TRX is a lot more aggressive looking. The Rivian's more funky / odd. I get more compliments from women in the Rivian. The TRX consists of mostly guys saying, hell yeah, brother. It's more aggressive in your face, and the sounds the TRX makes are intoxicating. The Rivian tech is much more simple than in the TRX, and it doesn't offer a hell of a lot. TRX's Uconnect makes me wish I was back in the simple Rivian, and the UI isn't my favorite, but it's not the worst I've used. The snow is coming, and even though the Rivian has more pulling power than the Ram, 11,000 pounds, I didn't feel like stopping to charge every 30 minutes, every 100 to 130 miles in the cold. And when I want to go to work in the morning, with no drama, heat the car from my app without disturbing the peace, and surprise the hell out of people from a stoplight, I take the Rivian. I take the TRX when I want an erection. So I said this, and I thought it was pretty neutral. And here's the difference in comments between each different forum. So on the Rivian forums, I miss my TRX so much. Honestly, love daily driving my Tesla, but it's so bland and boring. The only time I drive my Tesla anymore is when the weather is bad. I still would trade the Tesla on a Rivian at some point. I enjoy both. The Uconnect system and the mobile for the Ram is laughably bad. The literal worst app I've ever used. Supercharger and wine makes up for it though. I'm on my second TRX and I love my Max Pack R1T. Awesome review. Couldn't agree more. I daily my R1T and I just ordered a Velociraptor. I'll probably miss the Rivian a lot for daily driving. Very simple. Nice comments, well-structured, no arguing, no fighting. Let's check out the TRX owners now. I'm just over here wondering how you get an erection from the TRX when the Rivian has castrated you. Budweiser versus Bud Light. The comments from the women are because it's gay. Everything about the Rivian you said just sounds awful. Pretty sure the erection shrinks when you look at or get in the Rivian. Just my opinion. The dog is making the face I'd be making if someone asked if I wanted a Rivian. Glad to see you wasted $100,000 on your battery truck that will be absolutely worthless shortly. If you want to commute for short distances in your golf cart, good on you, champ. Other than that, what a waste. Here is your rainbow emoji. I am very happy and excited to be part of the Ram TRX family. I mean, I do have to hand it to the Rivian. The performance in the snow, especially with snow mode, what I'm assuming it does, it kind of adds a throttle delay, so it's not as aggressive. You don't get the instant torque off the line, but it does very, very well. This is doing a great job in the snow. It keeps complaining and telling me to clear my front sensors, so I wish there was a mode that I could use that would disable the front sensors so it would actually stop that constant beeping sound. But I mean, it's just effortless. You just kind of go. There's nothing really to it. It's a pretty impressive system, and I'm kind of curious to see what the difference between this and the TRX is. Up front, you could see some people kind of sliding all over the road. This guy is stuck in the middle of the road. He actually cannot accelerate up the hill. He's stuck. Now he's backing up. I don't know where he's going, but there's people here on the road that just, you know, it's always everyone's first time figuring out how to drive. whenever there's a snowstorm. Apparently everyone here is new and they don't know how to drive. They're just kind of figuring out snow driving for the first time. People have front wheel drive cars with, you know, all season tires. No one has their snow tires on. I can't wait to try the TRX just to kind of give a quick comparison as to how these things differ. Okay, I'm in the TRX right now, and I gotta say, it feels relatively normal. It feels pretty planted. No real surprises. You're high off the ground. The steering wheel's already super hot. The truck does get hot pretty quickly. It's been about 4 or 5 minutes or so, and it's the truck's pretty warm. It's not bad. If I step on the accelerator pedal, I don't really go out of control. Oh, wow, it has a lot of power here. Even in snow mode, I'm assuming what snow mode does, it actually cuts the throttle response.
In 800 feet, turn
but
right onto
but it's kind of it's a pretty confidence-inspiring. It's funny, even in the snow, this thing wants to take off. I don't know if you could hear it or not, but it's just what an experience this thing is. If you really want to have some fun and feel like you're piloting a ship or you're like riding a dragon, this is definitely the move, man. It's a really cool truck. It actually feels fun. It's big, it's comfortable. I gotta say, it is more comfortable than the Rivian. The Rivian's more like a small sports car, but you feel like a man in this truck, like arr, 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 like you wanna, you know, do some kind of domestic assault. Okay, so now it's beeping. It says I'm low on fuel now. So yeah, that's what you get. I think I just dropped like 5 miles in the course of like 30 feet. It's like a Rivian. You know, when the Rivian has 200 miles of charge and you drive for like 1 minute and then you have 130, this is like that. I had, let's see, 55 miles of range left for the gas. I took it about 60 feet or so. Now I have 49 miles. So this is serious business here. To destroy all this stuff, I have to pump all this stuff out. This is pretty deep. This is about like maybe 3 feet deep at its highest, but it goes all the way across. So I'm hoping I could use the Rivian down there to pump all this water out of this mini lake here. So let's see how it goes. Okay, so I have the pump in the water, the hose is connected. All I have to do now, technically, is just turn on the 110 in the truck. Energy. Outlets. Turn on. What's this? That water? Looks like water to me. There you go. It's working. Thanks, Rivian. There you go. All clear, baby. Now, I want to say one thing about the heat in the TRX. I'll tell you right now, compared to the Rivian, the heat in the Rivian is an absolute joke compared to the TRX. Right now, I have the heat set to 71. I am currently boiling. I have to have the heat in the Rivian set to 76 to 78 to feel the same kind of heat that the TRX pulls out. I understand the Rivian uses electric heat, and this is using coolant from the engine to help heat the cabin. But oh my goodness, is the heat hot in this truck. On the outside, it's 36. On the inside, it's set to 77. It's reading 99 in here. 99 degrees. That's why it's so hot. That's why it always feels insanely hot. It's set to 77 and it's really 100 degrees in here. 100. I'm not even at max. All right, now we'll try the same exact thing in the Rivian. Right now it's 64 degrees. As you can see, the prior high was 99, and we're gonna set it to 77. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I want to go to max pretty much. And I'm also going to turn this on to make sure it's pointed directly over here. And let's see what happens. Okay, so at this point, it's been about 30 minutes and I got it up to 86 degrees. We're gonna see just how long this takes to get to the 99 that the TRX did. But I'll tell you one thing, I was under the impression that the Rivian got hotter faster, and I think, oh, it's actually going down. Interesting. I was under the impression that the Rivian got hotter faster, which it does. It gets to a lower temperature faster, but I think once it gets to that target temperature, it goes up significantly from there. The TRX definitely gives it a higher temp. So really interesting thing is happening with the Rivian. I have this temperature sensor directly in front of the vent, and it's fluctuating between 84 and 86 degrees. And I think this is probably the highest it's gonna get. It's been about half an hour so far. There we are, folks. 88's the highest temperature, and it'll keep jumping between 86 and 88 and 84. So it seems like the Rivian is trying to figure itself out and do some kind of thermal management. Okay, back down again. But I'll tell you, that Ram is just like, all right, you want heat? Here's 100. Look, merging on the highway right now. I want all the power. I step on it, and it starts limiting me. Like, no, don't limit me. I want all the power now. Don't start this. This would never happen to the TRX. Okay. Pretty similar to using the Rivian, not much difference. I will say the backup camera on the Rivian's a little bit better, but this kind of is what it is. Just backing up a trailer, standard practice, just another day in paradise. All right, guys, so I have the trailer hooked up right now, and I'll tell you, there is no shortage of power, even when it's pulling a trailer. You can hear the supercharger going in the background a little bit. But I'm pulling a 3,000-pound trailer, and if I step on it, it still has more than enough power. It's actually pretty impressive. It's still fast, even when it's pulling 3,000 pounds. It's surprisingly quick. Again, I got to give Dodge all the credit in the world. It's pulling it really well. I will say the suspension is a little soft, so you could actually feel the weight of the trailer pushing down and kind of bouncing in the rear. So you can tell something's behind it, but in terms of pulling power, there's definitely no shortage of that. It has no problem in the world pulling this kind of weight behind it. So again, shout out to Dodge. You're doing a great job with this, and it's just an awesome machine. Awesome machine. Okay, I already noticed a difference in towing with the TRX. It's definitely a lot lower in the rear. Granted, the BMW is a little bit far forward. We should probably have it back maybe like a foot or so, but even still, that is squatting a lot. These trucks really aren't meant for towing, more so for Baja and off-road stuff, but either way, when we put it back on again, we're gonna back it up a little bit more to get it a little bit more over the axles, I guess, and hopefully that'll raise it up a bit. But all I gotta say is the Rivian wouldn't have squatted like that. Rivian wouldn't have done that. So I gotta say, this thing actually pulls really, really good. Hold on, listen. There's no problems with this truck pulling at all. This is awesome. What an awesome truck. I will say though, the gas mileage is terrible, and I might enjoy towing with the Rivian a little bit more. I'm only saying that because the Rivian has the auto leveling suspension. So no matter how screwed up you load the load on the back, the Rivian stays level at all times. And like right now, I'm getting a little bit of the Carolina squat on this truck. This truck wasn't really set up for towing. It's more of like a Baja off-road truck. So obviously the suspension in the back's gonna be a little bit softer. That could also be due to me not loading the trailer not loading the trailer This could also be because I didn't load the trailer properly. This could also be because I didn't load the trailer properly. Does that not sound awesome? Are you kidding me? This is incredible.
And nothing says look at me like...
I just lost, that was 3 gallons of gasoline to do that, by the way. So that cost me $12 to do, so no more of that. But no, it's an awesome truck. It tows well, but fun as this truck is, it's not really a daily driver, and I really don't think, personally, the Cybertruck is a daily driver either, because I'm going to kind of compare this to that because they're about the same price point. I don't think the Cybertruck is a daily driver for right now, at least, until there's more on the road, because the Cybertruck is going to be a spectacle no matter how you look at it. Everyone's going to be pointing and saying, oh my goodness, who's driving that ugly turd down the street? Kids are going to be throwing rocks at your truck, but thankfully it's stainless steel, so it won't really dent it, according to Elon Musk. But I don't really know if that's what do you call it? It's a daily driver yet. I think in a few years, once the hype dies down, sure, it'll be more of like a usable, electric pickup truck. But I will say it's pretty cool. This is more of a toy. A tool, yes, you could throw some tools in the back, sure, but the suspension going over bumps, it's great for that. Look at this. That's not even, that's like quarter throttle. It just screams. And like I'm passing this is awesome. So, it's more of it's a toy / tool. Yes, it has a big bed. Yes, you can put bikes in the back or quads or dirt bikes. But in terms of daily driving, it's tough because the truck is it's physically so wide.
How wide is it exactly? Well, for comparison, one of the widest vehicles I own, the Humvee, measured in at 82 inches wide. The Rivian surprised the hell out of me. The Rivian comes in at 80 inches wide, and the TRX, you're sitting down, measures at 91 inches wide. That's why it feels so wide, because it's physically wide.
In terms of like convenience and daily driving, I don't think it's really there yet, unless you live in Texas, where there's tons of room. But in the Northeast, where you don't really see trucks like this, there's a reason why. It's a lot more densely populated. It's a lot more congested. Parking spaces are tighter. This really isn't truck country like it is in other parts of the United States. Depending on how long I have this for, I think this is the exclusive road trip vehicle going forward. Like if there's like a 3, 4, 7-hour road trip, I'll end up taking this and not the Rivian. Anything under 100 miles, sure. There's a Rivian right there. Look at him. Loser. Anyways, yeah, any road trip vehicle, any road trips coming up, this is definitely that. Only problem is you get about 60 miles per gallon highway, which isn't great, but you have to stop a heck of a lot less. Each fill-up costs $125. That's really up to you if it's in your budget or not. But since I got the truck, I haven't really driven it much. I've been driving the Rivian, and I'm just gonna make this truck someone else's problem to drive every day.
This makes the noises.
It makes the noises.
Cybertruck, there's no way it's going to be this fun.
No, I think the Cybertruck is fun in the sense that it's an EV and it looks kind of funky. So like, if you want the attention aspect, it's like, hey, I got a Cybertruck, I think it's just for you. Like if you work, if you're kind of nerdy, don't know a lot about cars, can't afford like a high-end sports car, but you want to be seen, but you want to be kind of hip and trendy, and you wear Patagonia, and like you have a Model 3 now, the Cybertruck's for you. It's literally for you. It's like a hey, look at me car, without it being a supercar. People are gonna look at you weird and point at you and say, look what this idiot spent his money on. If you want that kind of attention, just get a Cybertruck. It's the best thing you could do for yourself and your low self-esteem, for sure.
Also, sound system. Ridiculous.
Yeah, sound system's good. I mean, I think it's better than the Rivian.
I agree.
It has more bass. Oh wait, what's this? Is this a Raptor? A Craptor?
Where?
Hold on. Yeah, it's a Craptor.
Oh,
there
here we go.
Dude, it's breaking traction with the trailer, dude. Do you feel that? The trailer on it, Joey. Holy sh... I'm enjoying every second of this TRX. It's hilariously fun, it's hilariously big and hilariously wide, and I am so glad I got it over the Cybertruck and I didn't dive into the hype. And if I ordered a Cybertruck now anyways, I wouldn't get it until who knows when. The TRX would be a fun truck for road trip and hauling anything over 300 miles. But however, here's a fun metric to leave you guys on. If I drive the TRX the way I'm driving it right now, and I make it to 100,000 miles, it would have cost over $34,000 in fuel, the approximate price of a Model 3. I'll see you guys next week.